York Nightly News with Chuck Scarborough, live on New York Nonstop.
Prostate cancer is the most common cancer in men in the U.S. One man dies every 30 minutes from that disease, and trying to get that number down is why September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Dr. Deepak Kapoor, president of the Advanced Urology Centers of New York, is here to tell us more about that. Doctor, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
What is the trend now in prostate cancer and survival?
The death rates from prostate cancer have been steadily decreasing for the last 2 decades, and that is largely because of the fact that there's been so much emphasis on screening and early detection in this country, and it's definitely making a big difference on survival rates for us.
How curable is it?
Well, if it's caught early, prostate cancer is almost always treatable, but tragically, so many men don't go ahead and have a simple blood test and physical examination that literally could save their lives.
What's the dividing line between early and late? What's the progression of the disease where suddenly it becomes more of a complicated thing to deal with?
Well, it really is a question of timing. You know, when the disease presents and it's localized to the prostate before it spreads to the lymph nodes or to the bone, we can treat it with surgery or radiation, sometimes even active surveillance where we can watch the disease. But the key is to know that you have it so that you're in the appropriate treatment group and you can be monitored and treated appropriately.
When should men start getting screened?
Well, every man should start getting screened at age 50. There's a much higher death rate and incidence of prostate cancer in African Americans. They're a high-risk group, and they should start getting screened at 40. Also, men who have a family history of prostate cancer should also start getting screened at 40.
You know, there is a fear, I think, that many men have that kind of keeps them away from getting screened. There's a fear if they do have prostate cancer and they do treat it, they're going to end up being impotent or incontinent. How has the batting average been now on treatment, preserving those two things instead of causing them to happen?
That's a great point, and I think that the most important consideration is that almost invariably any side effects of therapy are treatable. The earlier we catch the disease and the more precise and focal we can be with the therapy, then the less likelihood there is of having those complications. So it stands to reason that the later and more advanced disease require more aggressive interventions and more side effects. Another reason to get screened and treated early.
All right. Well, Dr. Deepak Kapoor, thanks for coming in and sharing your wisdom.
I really appreciate it.
That'll do it for New York Nightly News. Talk Stoop is straight ahead here on Nonstop. See you at 11 News 4 New York. Thanks for joining us. Good night.